Zimbabwe's main opposition party on Friday called for nationwide protests in 10 provinces and a rerun of elections. The Citizens Coalition for Change says the election win was fraudulently handed to President Emmerson Mnangagwa for a second term. This came a day after Mnangagwa hailed the vote as valid and warned there would be a crackdown on anyone spreading chaos. The CCC has accused ZANU-PF of election malpractice but has so far not lodged a legal complaint. Any party aggrieved by the poll results has 7 days from the declaration of the outcome to file an appeal in court. Farai Mokotoya is in Harare and joins us live for more. Farai, Zimbabwe's main opposition party on Friday called for nationwide protests. What more can you tell us?
Well, indeed, the opposition and activists who are sympathetic to the opposition taking to social media, rallying people to stand up and protest against the result that it says was not the correct one. It says that the election was flawed, that the results that were announced were not the correct ones, and so asking people to protest. However, I can tell you that on Friday, those protests didn't materialize. It was business as usual in Harare, and I think it's largely to do with the fact that people took heed of that warning from the president and indeed the security forces that any sort of protest will be dealt with, because to be able to protest or march or take any sort of demonstration, you'd need police clearance. That clearance wasn't granted, and so people expected that there might be a heavy hand to deal with those protests. So pretty much it was business as usual. Those protests did materialize on Friday.
Okay, so for some election observers and analysts have questioned the credibility of the elections. What reasons are the opposition giving for this nationwide protest they're calling for? And what has been the reaction from both the government and Zimbabweans?
Well, indeed, the opposition saying that this election was marred by anomalies, the delays in voting, the suppression of some of its voters. It also says that it has evidence. It claims it has evidence to show that the results that were announced were the incorrect ones, that its president, Nelson Chamisa, was actually the winner of the election. And it is calling now for a fresh election, for this election to be rerun, and for these elections to be done again. The government is saying that, look, if anyone has any qualms, any issues with this election, they know the correct procedures, they can go to the court and challenge that election. And they've been saying that these election observers were manipulated, that they had preconceived agendas, and that this election, despite the few challenges that were faced, was credible, was fair, was free, and that President Emmerson Mnangagwa was the rightful winner.
All right, Farai, thank you for that. Farai Mokotoya live for us in Harare.